Welcome back to the channel, guys. Thanks for stopping in. It's pouring down rain, so I decided to use today to put together my review for this guy right here. This is the newly released Latitude X-Wing platform. It is their Speed Series platform, indicating it is for the advanced mobile hunter. And so I'm going to take a little bit of time and we're going to unpack some of the details, go over some of the pros, some of the cons, and then I'm going to conclude my final thoughts on the X-Wing platform. When Latitude Outdoors unveiled the X-Wing, I believe it was at the ATA show this year, it caught the attention of everybody in the industry. The reason being is it's completely different. There's not another platform on the market that looks like it. This particular platform, it has 3 patent pendings, so there's new innovation in this platform that's pretty slick. There's some other things that they've done that's not patent pending, but they are the first to do it, and I'll cover those. And so I thought to myself, finally there's something different out there. Whether I ever use it or I get rid of it or not, at least they are pushing the envelope, and I really like that. When I started saddle hunting, this was the only platform that was out there. I have used this relentlessly. I love it. This is the Tethered Predator platform. There's no complaints that I have with it. And that was the only platform out there. Since then, several other manufacturers started making platforms, so on and so forth, but they all, in some degree, looked like the Tethered Predator. And the Tethered Predator was still the lightest out of all of them, so there was no reason for me to leave that and go to any other platform. And so when the X-Wing was released, it caught my attention. Why? Immediately because of the design, and then also because of the specifications that this platform boasted. So what I want to do is I want to get up close. I want to show you some of the uniqueness or the unique areas about this platform. I want to show you the patent pending ideas, and then we're going to cover the specs, and then lastly head out to the tree and show you this thing in action. The X-Wing from tip to tip at the widest point is 16¼ inches long, and from the edge of the platform to the furthest part of the teeth, it's 12 inches long. I think the thing that caught most people's attention was the weight. The advertised weight per the CAD drawings is 2.5 pounds, which is 40 ounces. I've weighed my platform, and on my scale it comes in at 42 ounces, so just 2 ounces more than the advertised weight. With the provided buckle strap, the platform comes in right at 3 pounds, which is pretty great in my opinion. If you decide to use the USA, the Ultimate Stand Attachment method, it comes in at 2 pounds, 12 ounces. And so pretty much with the heaviest attachment method, it's still right at 3 pounds, which is great in my opinion. As far as the features, you will notice one thing that's different on this platform than any other platform on the market is it has a raised adjustment knob, and so this gives you easy access for when you're in the tree and you want to essentially either lift the pitch or lower the pitch of your platform. You can do this by putting one foot on the post and use the toe of your other foot to simply turn the knob right or the left, or you can just go down into the sitting position and use your toe to adjust the pitch of the platform. And I think that's pretty cool. Again, that's a new feature that we have seen on the X-Wing that is not available on any other platform. You will notice also that on the X-Wing platform, the teeth are angled at a downward angle, and the idea behind this is to gain better grip or traction on the tree, and also to provide some stability. The thing that stands out the most about the X-Wing is the wings itself, where they have placed them. And you'll notice that the wings are not out at the far edge, but rather the wings are in towards the tree. And so this does two things. One, it allows the hunter to have a more wider stance. They call it an athletic stance. So it keeps your feet apart and you're able to kind of maneuver that way. But then it also brings the hunter closer to the tree. You're not 12 inches away from the tree, but rather you're probably more like 5 inches away from the tree. And it's not just the wings itself, but it's what they call the rear facing edge placement. And what happened was during their particular testing, they noticed that if you pushed off the back of platforms, there was a tendency to uncam the platform. And so in their testing, they found out that you can put pressure on a push-off shot, but the pressure has to be in front of the actual post and the pivot point on the post. You'll notice here that the wings, even though it brings you closer to the tree, the back side of the wing does not go beyond the post itself, or the actual pivoting part of the post. And you can see where I'm pointing at right now. What that allows you to do is to push off the tree without uncamming your platform. And so we'll show you that, and I'll talk a little bit more about this feature in detail. Also, the wingtips, that is another patent pending feature. Their design of the wingtips, their shape of the wingtips to help you with maneuvering. The last feature we will point out is their ROS guide, and this is also a patent pending feature. There's not another platform on the market that has this feature. It's specifically designed to take the buckle strap or the cam strap of your ring of steps and to fasten it securely to the platform. And this platform really shines with a ring of steps. This is the Speed Series platform. It is designed for the more advanced saddle hunter. There are two more areas that I want to cover before we head outside. The first is, by nature of the design of this platform, it's not a cast aluminum platform. It's constructed of one piece of aluminum, and stands that are created like this one, they have a tendency to be a little bit more noisier. If I take my buckle, you could just do a sound check. You know, that's the last thing that you want to do when you're, in close to bedding. I stealth strip all of my gear regardless. Any metal on metal contact, I generally have stealth strip there. The same is true with this platform. I've done it with my Predator, my other platforms. On the post, there are two areas that you want to stealth strip. The first is where the adjustment knob actually hits the post at the bottom. You're going to want to put some stealth strip there. And then the second place is just below the Versa button here. When you fold the post, you can see that the adjustment knob, because it's elevated, that is actually what's hitting the post itself. It's not the ring of steps guide down here, so it doesn't matter if you have any on this part of your platform. Where you want it is where it touches this raised up knob. Here's a close-up where I took a flashlight and I put it behind, and you can actually see light in between the ring of steps guide down there at the base, and then of course the adjustment knob is what's hitting the actual platform post. Those are the two areas that you are going to want to try to silence, and again, I do that with all of my gear regardless. The other thing I want to point out is when you create a platform like this that's not cast aluminum, there are tendencies for some sharp edges. Mine are perfectly fine. I'm not worried about anything here. And I want you to notice that from the factory, they have actually pre-beveled the edges of the post and the Versa button up here. And what that was designed to do was to help eliminate how much damage your strap takes whenever you tighten it to the tree and you cam over. Even with that pre-bevel there, I think that was a great idea from the factory, and I'm fine with what I have here. But you can see there's a little bit of wear on my straps, and I've heard that people are having the same issue. Not everybody. And so to me, all I did was simply wrap the stealth strip around the Versa button, and I wrapped my post as well, and that's going to go an extremely long way and help preserving my post, or my strap, excuse me. But I'm also going to be using my USA ultimate stand attachment. That will help in preventing that. But I did want you to notice that even from the factory, they did pre-bevel the edges of this to try to help eliminate some of that. I'm going to do a sound check for you, and you can hear for yourself that just by putting some stealth strip on this post, that it quieted this platform down considerably. Here's the sound check. All right, guys, we are out here at the Taj Mahal today. It is a much better day today. The rain has passed through, and so I want to take a little bit of time and I want to show you the X-Wing platform on the telephone pole here. Now, I understand that this telephone pole does not represent truly a tree that has bark, but if you can get something to stick to a telephone pole, you can get it to stick to a tree that has bark. When you go to set any platform, not just the X-Wing, any platform, when you attach it to the tree, the first thing you want to do is make sure that your strap is parallel with the ground. And what that does is really help with the camming effect.
This one, you don't want the strap too high, because then when you tighten it and you go to cam it, it'll loosen the strap up on you. You don't want it too low, because then you'll run out of room to cam it. When you go to set your platform, just go ahead and make sure the strap right here is parallel with the ground, and that's a really good place to start. I lift it up, make sure the the platform's folded up, tighten that as tight as you can. And then from here, what I do, especially with the X-Wing, is I just take these wings and I'll go ahead and I'll seat it with my hand and my pressure. Just go ahead and slowly cam this thing down, like so. I want to show you some close-ups of how well this top bracket bites into the tree. Just by me camming that with my hand, I've scored this telephone pole at least 3/8 of an inch deep, maybe a 1/4 of an inch deep actually right now. But if I went on and I went to toe cam it, you'll see that I am burying these teeth into the telephone pretty good. But from here, I'm going to jump up onto the platform. Let me go ahead and get hooked up. Running this platform by itself is definitely something you can do. I think it shines with the ring of steps. I'm going to show you that in a little bit. At this position, just by camming the platform over with my hand, this thing is rock solid. You can see that. And at this point in time, I also want to show you there are so many different variations that you can place your feet in here. You can stand like you would the regular Predator. You can stand with your feet out here on the platform itself. You can stand in the wide athletic stance, like they say it, utilizing the edges of these wing tips. You can stand with one foot on the wing, the other foot here if you want to lean and just take a break. Also, if you're a guy that does the offside shot and you want to stand up and put your tether over your shoulder, I have found that this platform provides me plenty of room to do that. Just simply stand up and you're ready to go. Using just the X-Wing platform itself, I have found that generally speaking, if I'm going to do like a hard push off of the back, you know, I always use a contact point on the tree. So my left knee will be up there, and then I go to push off this back wing. You can see that the bottom of the platform pushes out just a little bit. Now, it does not uncam. It's just simply I'm getting a little bit of movement. I have found that you know, I'll try to do a small toe cam like that, and you can see by doing that, I really buried. I'm going to get you some close-ups of that, but I really buried those teeth in it. And that's just basically ensuring to me that if I have to take a strong push-off shot, again, I always have a contact point on the tree. I lift my left leg, you know, I'm pushing. There's a little bit of movement, and again, I'll get you a close-up, but doing that extra little toe cam really helps with that. That's what I found when I use this platform just by itself, that if I feel like I'm going to have to do a hard push off, I'll go ahead and re-toe cam it and just give a little extra leverage. I feel like as part of a YouTuber, when I bring information to the viewers, that I need to be as accurate as I can. I really struggled with this platform at first. And the reason I struggled with it was because I was reading that based on the wing designs and all of that stuff, that, you know, you could kick off and the platform wouldn't uncam. Well, when I first put this on a tree, I was like, all right, well, let's test it out. And I went around the tree, put both feet on it, and my stand just kicked out on me. I'm like, uh-oh, what was that all about? And so I kept putting it on a tree, and I kept having the same issue. Matter of fact, I'm going to replicate exactly what I was doing and the issue that I was having right here. What I was doing was I was coming around the tree and I had both feet on, and as I did, I would push out, and you can see right there that the platform uncammed on me. So obviously, if the platform is uncamming on me, in my mind, I've got a problem. I kept trying it. I tried it on different size trees, and no matter what I did, when I had both feet back there on that push-off spot, I kept uncamming the platform. I'm saying all this because for me as a YouTuber, I do my best to make sure that I am portraying not only my experience, but also that I am portraying the company's expectations properly. I was really struggling with that, and so I reached out to Latitude, and I actually told them, I said, I'm having problems, and the answer was user error, okay, because I misunderstood what was being advertised. When Latitude advertises this idea of being able to push off of your wings, and I've already pointed it out where these rear facing wings do not go past the pivot point right here. What they are saying is you can push off the wing itself and not uncam the platform. And what I was doing was I was actually putting my foot on the portion where the teeth are. And so like any other stand, it would kick out on me. That's what they were advertising. Again, that was just user error on my part. I was putting both feet back there, and my one foot would actually land on this part of the platform, which would then replicate any other platform. And I'll show you here in a comparison with my Predator XL also what I was doing. And so here's a close-up of what I was doing wrong. Again, this is the pivot point on the post, and these wings, the edge of this wing comes back to right at that pivot point. Now, the theory that was tested was anything that's beyond the pivot point right here to the tree, if your feet get on that, then that causes, or at least induces, the potential for kick out or uncamming your platform. Because they set this wing right here in front of the pivot point, you can't uncam it. Now, obviously, if you're jumping up and down on something, anything, you're going way beyond the intended design. I could jump up on it, kick it, and kick the whole thing off the tree, no doubt. But the point is, when I was originally getting on this platform, this is what I was doing. I was putting both of my feet right here. Naturally, one of my foot, my right or left foot, would be touching this place right here where the teeth are. And when your foot, I'll get on there and do it, when your foot gets back there, then essentially you are replicating any other design. So my weight's on here, all my weight, but now if my foot gets back here and I'm pushing off, then the tendency is you slip and you uncam it. It was, again, user error, and I just felt like I needed to point that out just so I could be as thorough as I can in this review. So if you're staying out here, you'll get a little movement like you see right here. Top is rock solid. You're getting a little bit of movement, but if you put your feet on this portion right here, you'll get kick out just like you will with any other stand. Now, where this platform shines is when you utilize it with the ring of steps, as you see right here. These are the Bullman ring of steps. This is his newer version of the platform step where it has the angles on both sides and then a flat top, kind of replicating a platform. I was not a ring of steps guy, but now that I've been messing around with this ring of steps right here, this Bullman ring of steps, I think I'm keeping myself a set of ring of steps. I can see the versatility of utilizing them with a platform or whatever you're doing, you know, one sticking and then, you know, using your ring of steps there. So I'm going to be messing around with a ring of steps a lot more. And just by getting on this X-Wing and having the ring of steps on the side, it literally changed the entire feel of how you navigate a tree. You can navigate this telephone pole, again, this is 14 inches in diameter. You can navigate that with ease. What I want to do is I want to show you a few things. When I go to set the ring of steps on, I tried it several different ways. I went ahead and I started with the platform folded up, and then I tried to, you know, set that ring of steps and go ahead and cam that over and then cam my platform down. That became a mess. So what I found was this, that just go ahead and cam over your platform, get a good bite, and then set your ring of steps and cam that over tightly. Now, I have not felt the need to have to toe cam the X-Wing when I have this ring of steps on there and I have it on there tight. And so you could, but if you lift up your platform and that sinks all the way down, you're not going to be able to toe cam it unless you undo your ring of steps. I haven't even set the ring of steps yet, so I'm going to jump up here and I'm going to show you just how easy it is to navigate the tree utilizing these steps. I have enough room to stand straight up. If I want to take a shot out this way, I found it be comfortable with my foot right in the corner of the wing and the main platform. Other foot here, that easily allows me, 12 o'clock being straight ahead, that easily allows me to swing around, and I could probably hit the 1 o'clock shot from right here. Super, super easy. If I want to keep going around, my right foot now on the back side of that wing, my left foot on the step that's on the 12 o'clock side of the tree, I can easily smoke the 2 o'clock from there. If I wanted to keep going around, now I'm all the way back there at my 3 o'clock with ease. I'm pushing off here. that bottom is, I mean, it's not even moving. It is rock solid with this ring of steps. If I want to come around this other side and I want to take an offside this way, again, the camera's at about 3 o'clock, so I'm hitting 3 o'clock with ease. I don't even have to put my foot on a ring of steps to do that, but with the ring of steps, I mean, it's with ease. I could swing around the 2. If I want to keep going around, now my left foot's on the back side of that wing, and my right foot's on this step here. Again, I've never been a ring of steps guy, but this combination gives you crazy maneuverability around the tree. It just gives you crazy shot opportunities with ease. And just a plug for these Bowman ring of steps, I really like this style. It's not completely flat up top, they're angled. I'm going to do a review obviously on them coming up. For all you guys that are pro ring of steps, you've been pushing ring of steps, thank you for pushing it. I'm finally on board with you. But even still, with that ring of steps, if I put both feet, now I'm on the teeth, I'm jumping on the teeth. I am not uncamming this platform by nature of that ring of steps on there. So this X-Wing with a ring of steps really, really shines. Now, let's talk about it. If you utilize a ring of steps with any other platform, remember the X-Wing is the lightest metal platform out there. It's 2.5 pounds. It comes in at exactly 3 pounds. If I use the buckle, it comes in at 2 pounds, 12 ounces. If I use the USA attachment method, which I'm going to be using. The ring of steps, as you see here, I have the cam buckle strap, and I have 3 Bowman ring of steps, the step portions, and they come in at 15.9 ounces, so they're right at a pound. With my USA attachment, I am just over 3.5 pounds. With my cam buckle strap, I'm right at 4 pounds. Most of the other platforms, the cast platforms, the Predator XL is at 4 pounds, just under 4 pounds. The EDP's at like 3.6 pounds. Even though you're gaining a half a pound to some of them, you're still gaining the maneuverability around the tree. So you just gotta toss it up, play around with some of those numbers, and whatever fits your style is good. But I'm really, really digging this X-Wing with this ring of steps. Before I conclude the video, let's run down a list of the pros and the cons of this platform. By way of pros, there are a lot of pros that come with the X-Wing platform. It's the lightest metal platform on the market. It comes in at 2.5 pounds. With the provided strap, it's at 3 pounds. My Predator platform is 3 pounds without the strap. And so again, it's the lightest on the market. We have never seen this shape and this layout of a platform before. This platform has 3 patent pendings: the location of the wings, the wingtips, and also the integrated ring of steps guide. I really like it when companies are applying for patent pendings, because what they're doing is securing their investment and their ideas. I do like that. The elevated knob makes changing the pitch of this platform an absolute breeze. I really, really like that as well. I like the fact that you can come back and you can push off of the backside of these wings. You can stand in an athletic stance. You can still stand up and take the weak side, offside shot by putting your arm underneath your tether. So there are a lot of pros that are associated with the X-Wing platform. By way of cons, there is definitely one con, and one may or may not be a con depending on how you look at it. But the biggest con is the price tag. It is the most expensive platform on the market. It was designed for the advanced saddle hunter. By the term advanced, you're talking about the guys that like to shave weight, like to run and gun, like to get aggressive in their stance. Even though it has a $299 price tag, it was targeted for, again, the advanced saddle hunter. But I think that they could probably pull a couple more guys, quite a few more guys on board if it was down around that 249, 250 mark. But again, I don't know if Latitude can even do that, where they're making this at and all that. It is made in the United States of America. That would probably be the most solid and the only con that I could see. Now, the second thing I've already pointed out, and I've touched on it a couple of times rather, is the ability for the bottom to move a little bit. But again, this does not go beyond their advertised purpose for this stand. And, you know, I can grab other stands and I can move them. I just think that with the design and some of the stuff that's going on up here, that there could be some tweaks and they could make this a little bit more solid to the stand. But really, those are the only two things that I could say fall into the con category. This is a phenomenal stand. I've enjoyed messing around with it. I would recommend it to any advanced saddle hunter to give it a try. As always, if there's anything I have not covered, I've tried to be as thorough as I can on this particular review. If there's any questions you have, something I didn't cover, drop them in the comments below. And until next time, good luck to you.